Hello, this is Mr. Sage at Waco High School. Today I'm going to be working with the tubas on Etude 1. Fair warning, I am playing this on a euphonium, so it will be an octave up from what you're actually playing, but that actually might make it a little bit easier for you to play along with me so you can hear me and yourself together. Here we go. And 1 and a 2 and ready. So on this etude, some of the biggest things that I've noticed for myself, number one, you have to make sure you're actually in the correct key. So you gotta actually have your E naturals and B naturals. Beyond that, the other big things that I was running into for the 16th notes, once you're up to tempo, you do need to make sure that you're tonguing both of those. It's very easy to accidentally start slurring through the 16th notes. You should be tonguing everything in this. There's not really any slurs, so everything should be tongued. The style on this is definitely very light and bouncy. There are not written dynamic changes, but you can feel free to add some extras. You could hear that as the phrases went up, especially like, I'm thinking like 25 to 29, something like that. And even going on past that. But as the phrase goes up, feel free to let your dynamics go up as well. Here's the biggest thing on this etude. I don't think that this etude is going to be crazy because of the key. I think the thing that's going to be the biggest challenge to tuba players especially is getting these rhythms correct. So before you even really try to play it, I would make sure you know how to count it with a metronome. 1 and a 2 and 2 and 1 and a 2 and 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2 and 2 and 1 and a 2 and 2 and 1 and a 2 and 2 and 1 and a 2 and 2. Look, honestly, counting along with what I just played a minute ago might be helpful. If you need to slow it down, remember that YouTube has a playback feature where you can slow down the playback speed without changing the notes. Other than that, once you have the rhythms right, then go back and get the notes and fit those with it. And then make sure you're always practicing with a metronome after you're able to play through all the notes. So start down at a slower tempo and work your way up to that 96 to 108 range. Beyond that, just make sure you're keeping everything nice and bouncy and you can hear all the notes come out. I know I just gave you a lot of information, tubas. Make sure you go back and listen to this a few times. Feel free to play along with me once you're able to. Once again, you can always slow it down with the YouTube playback feature. I'll leave it at that. Happy practicing.